Welcome one and all to another instalment of a Kapow Gaming review by me, Bergerac. Hello. As we rapidly approach the Rio Olympics and the athletes are busy trying to conceal the banned substances that they've been furiously consuming for the past 3 years, the excitement and anticipation is growing for what should be a great 2016 Olympics. You may well know that there is a Rio Olympics game arriving imminently across all the platforms, but if you do crave some Olympic action like a Bulgarian weightlifter craving a protein shake, then here is my review of London 2012 on the PS3. The sense of occasion in this game is fantastic, from the sweeping vistas of the Olympic Stadium to the echo of the crowd in the giant aquatic centre. It really does capture the heart and soul of what the London 2012 games were all about. Let's face it, we're not off to a good start, as you are quite clearly presented with what can only be described as Tom Daley's arse at the start menu. Happily, things do get better as we continue, so let's get into it. The game, that is, not Tom Daley's arse. There is a huge roster of over 30 events that we can see here. And it will keep the most ardent of sports fans happy. We've got, of course, all the track events there, all the field, like long jump, javelin, shot put, loads of swimming events. The swimming can be a bit tricky, especially when you're turning around. The diving, very high 10-metre platform, Tom Daley special. Shooting, that's pretty good fun. Everyone loves a bit of archery. The gymnastics, and we've got the other sports. This is quite good. We've got the kayaking, table tennis is quite a good laugh, and of course the women's beach volleyball, although no men's beach volleyball. Interesting. Let's have a quick go at the 100 metres. I mean, if you look at all the events that you've got available, it's pretty amazing, really. And to think that the original Olympic Games in 776 BC were just two naked blokes wrestling in a sandpit, how times have changed. In fact, I reckon Sega Australia should actually make that game and get Tom Daley's bottom on the start menu again. Why not? The learning curve on some of the events is quite tricky to start with, but with the clear tutorials and the accurate controls, you'll be breaking Olympic and world records in no time at all. The introduction of new events such as the synchronised diving, the trampolining and the table tennis are very welcome additions, yet it is the classic track and field events that I personally favour and that keep me coming back again and again, especially in the multiplayer. The only caveat I would say on the multiplayer is that the game does occasionally struggle to find the other player who you are setting up the game with, and this can be pretty frustrating, but I mean, you could say that about quite a lot of the PS3 games. Right, here we go, 100 metres. Oh, it's a good start, it's a good start. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap, tap. Come on, fly my beauty, fly! Oh! Get in. Number one, he's done it. Great Britain, another medal at the 2012. Obviously, it's not realistic because Usain Bolt would have absolutely smashed me in that one. But it's a video game, so anyway. So let's try something else. It is a bit of a shame that the modelling of the athletes is quite bland and they lack any kind of depth and character, and although they display the standard kind of celebration or consternations after the finish of an event, the athletes themselves are a definite low point to mention. On the actual gameplay, now I'm old enough to remember track and field on the NES, Athlete Kings on the Saturn, and also Atlanta 96 on the Sega Mega Drive. And one thing that all of these athletics games have in common is the tried and tested button bashing formula, and that hasn't changed over the last 30 odd years. Sega Australia have taken a gamble and looked to improve the approach and use a real innovative innovative control system so instead of giving the player as many blisters on their fingers as possible, they have added some different techniques to control your chosen athlete in the events. For example, I'll show you in the javelin here. You have to tap the button gradually, so it's not really bashing it. You just got to gradually get a steady rhythm throughout the run up, and then you've got to get the angle right. And it's this use of angles that makes for an interesting control system, and one that is not only a refreshing change to button mashing, but a control system that will no doubt change the way that we play track and field games forever. Right, here we go.
The 90s were dominated by the Czech Republic and the 80s by Finland.
That's not bad. That's not a bad angle. Not bad. A little bit off to the left. Oh well. The sound effects are average at best, and the music, although very, very catchy, gets awfully repetitive after a while, to the point where you've got it going round and round in your head for days afterwards. On the flip side, the commentary is outstanding, and it builds great tension and creates a good atmosphere and lends itself really well to the event that you're taking part in. Oh, I absolutely nailed that one. Look at that. Oh, I thought it was going to go further than that. The commentary is really, really funny at times. It's a real highlight, I have to say. It's a real high point of this game. Let's see if we can get an Olympic or world record. Oh, come on. Fly! Fly, fly, fly. It's big. It's not quite big enough, as Tom Daly would say. Right, need to go a little bit further, Try and get a record on this.
It's all going to come down to this, the delivery.
Right, hopefully I'll get this. No, too short. What are you doing, man?
I think he likes that.
2 more throws left.
This is Great Britain's to lose. A long way in the lead on the scoreboard.
Come on,
This has been
come
a
on.
terrific performance.
Fly. No, that's not going to be long enough. Oh, Christ. Right, last throw. This is for Kapow Gaming. Come on, Owen. Owen Harrison. Look at him. What a guy.
Great Britain are in first place.
No.
Javelin goes up. That one's another high one. It's right down the middle.
Not bad. Anyway, there you've got it. To sum up, look, this is an Olympics game, and a good one at that, but it's not going to push the system to its full capabilities, and the single player mode will not hold your attention for more than a few hours. But the multiplayer is great and will keep you coming back for more and more. If only to remember the warm, sunny days of summer 2012, where Great Britain put on one of the greatest Olympic Games ever and cleaned up on the medals table. For that, it is worth the purchase alone. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe, and I will catch up with you all soon with my review of Quantum Break on the Xbox One. It should be a cracker.